People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Now the first thing that is popping in the news, it seems as if these criminal elements, these gangsters, these dons in Jamaica are diversifying their portfolio or have been diversifying their portfolio. So therefore they are now mixing gangsterism with legitimate business, meaning loan companies. Well, better yet, when you get a loan from the mob, it is called loan sharking. Now people, I am talking about Klansman. I am speaking about one order. Just about most gangsters, that is the business that they're in. Giving loans to persons that are desperate, that would not get a loan from the typical bank, traditional bank, the NCB, Scotia, stuff like those. Don't have the credit line, don't have any sorts of assets. Now people, there's a saying that goes something like this. Whenever you dance with the devil, you get FUCK. So therefore, whenever you do business with these people, you're basically doomed. You're desperate, so therefore you might take the loan. However, the terms of agreement does not really make a whole lot of sense. It is ridiculous. However, here is the thing. And I have gotten a couple of complaints from people, and they are saying that, listen, these people, they are worse than some set of gangsters. These people, if you are late, maybe one time, not so bad. But when it becomes late on a regular basis, then you are going to get the phone calls. And when I say the phone calls, I am not going to talk about the professional phone calls in which the person tells you, good morning, how are you doing? This is such and such from such and such XYZ loan sharking company. No, I am speaking about them a come take away your pitney. Them a come con up your place. Them a come mash up your business. They are going to do all sorts of stuff to you that is not a part of running any sorts of legitimate business in Jamaica. Now people, first thing first, when you take these loans, and there was a gangster that was in courts a couple of years ago, and when he was asked what type of business he is in, he said that he's in the loan business. What type of interest rate percentage you charge on these loans, people? It usually runs between 20 to 30 something, maybe even 40% loan, 40% interest. Now if you, as a well-thinking human being, take out a loan for in excess of 20%, 30%, 40%, it is never a good thing. You are going to pay a whole bunch of money, a whole bunch of interest, especially if you default, especially if you owe these people for any long time. Now people, there's one incident in which a complainant called me and they said, listen, I took out a loan for $10,000 and I was supposed to pay $13,000. So therefore, 3,000 upon 10, that is 30% over a couple of weeks. So basically, he would pay back $2,500 to $3,000 per week until that $13,000 was paid up. However, after he made payment through one of those payment companies and him fling where the receipt them, he got a call 6 months after he made his final payment. So the person told him that, listen, you need to come and make your payment because your payments have not been made. So the man said, him respond and said, no man, I pay the payment them. So then the people requested the receipt him say he make a payment, them say them a call back. 24 months after, so 3 years after he made his final payment, them call him again and say, listen, you took out a loan and now the loan is $300,000. And them basically was badding him up, meaning all sorts of gunman, shut up, beat up talk. So he became paranoid. Him tell him wife, say, listen, me no want have no problem with them people here, so me I gonna make arrangements. So he said he was going to make arrangement, and then the wife said, no, contact the payment company in which you made the payment and see if you can get the receipt. Luckily for that man and his wife, him get a lawyer, and the lawyer contacted the payment company and he got his receipts. Now people, before he did that, he was getting all sorts of death threats. All sorts of them a come by him job. He went to one job, he changed job. They got his number. They were calling the next job. They were harassing him. So anyway, him said get to a point before he found the receipt that the people them tell him, alright, here you do. Bring in $100,000 and you know what I mean, you're gonna put you upon payment for the rest, next $300,000. Now people, I am no mathematician. However, one thing that I do know is this. If you take out a loan for $10,000 and after you make the payment, not even considering that you make the payment, just say for example you did not make the payment. If you owe $300,000 on a $10,000 loan after 3 years, just imagine what type of interest that is. One of you maths nerd from MIT or University of the West Indies, maths professor, let me know what type of interest that is in the comment section. Now people, if you see the sites that these persons are using, they know that the average person is not going to do proper record keeping. The average person is not going to keep any sorts of receipts after 3 years, especially when they know that they've already paid that $3,000, $13,000 and a $10,000 loan. So therefore what they do, they use psychs. Them call you. Listen, the interest rates on that $10,000 that you did not pay, it is now at $300,000. However, here's what we are going to do for you. Bring in $100,000 and then we'll finance the next $200,000. So people, if the interest on $10,000 is $3,000, can you imagine what the interest on $300,000 is going to be? It is going to be ridiculous. However, because they know that, you know the type of criminal elements / business people you're dealing with, you're going to want to come to some sort of negotiation. So them tell you, alright, bring in $100,000 and then we finance the next $200,000. So people, me just show you how these people operate. Even when they are criminals, dibbling and dabbling in legitimate business, the criminal instinct is so strong. The extortion genes or chromosome that they have is so strong that them can't help themselves. Because they are just a stark criminal, stark born criminal from day one. Point blank and period. People, these loan companies, because of the trauma that they put these people through, even though them know so they make the payment, they don't want any sorts of problem with these people. Because them know say, when them come, there is documented cases in which them go a people business that they loan money to. Them mash up the people in business. Them take away the people in electronics. Them take away the people in car, the people in bike. And the people have to go pay or else them now get back them bike. Now people, what is also very disturbing about this whole thing is that whenever you go to these companies and you take out any sorts of loan, they not only want your credit history, they want to know where your mother live, where your father live, where your children go to school, and people, when you give them this information, don't think that they are not going to act up on it. Don't think that they are not going to do their due diligence. What is also very disturbing, a lot of these loan companies, loan sharks, they are working in conjunction with the poor. Yes, people, legitimate beat road cops are in the pockets of these gangsters, are the enforcers. So I say this to say that not only are they giving you this loan at a ridiculous rate, they also have gunmen, shotters, rogue poor that are acting as enforcers. And people, I know a lot of persons can verify or validate this. They come to your job. They come to where you hang out. May I talk about the poor and the gunman, and them have your picture. And they are telling you, listen, unless you pay this loan, we are going to take away your pitney. We are going to take away that one, we are going to take away you. So what are you going to do? And people, this is not just the enforcers who are are thugs. I am also speaking as it pertains to the enforcers that are JCF members. So people, once again, like me say, the case is in court right now as it pertains to one order on them. And they are calling up a specific name. I won't mention that name. However, this is the typical gangster loan shark business that exists in Jamaica. Most of them that you see, even the ones that are owned by legitimate people, they are also a set of crooks. But people, we have to blame the system, we have to blame the government, and we say we cannot blame the government for everything. However, if the government allow people to act with impunity, no sorts of regulation, and them can charge XYZ and give people a loan. However, I don't think that the government allows them to threaten your life. Talk about them going to do this and do that. However, it is a known fact. I am sure that the Customer Affairs Bureau, or whatever they are called, have gotten many complaints. However, people, the business still exists. Because you know why? Because of bribery. And even some of your favorite furniture companies, I won't have to name any sorts of name, they are giving out loans at 21% average. So people, like me say, whenever you're getting any sorts of loan and it is at 21%, you are basically getting SCREED. Like me say, whenever you dance with the devil, you are getting FUCK, point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.